The narcissist needs a target. If you are with a narcissist and living with a narcissist, I can assure you now that you will be the target for the narcissist. The number one target, especially in the house if you've got a covert narcissist. As regarding the smear campaign will be well underway a long time before you ever realise what's happening, as I found out after. These people are evil. They are definitely mentally challenged. They won't change. They enjoy being the way they are. And whatever they can do to you, whether it disrupts your life, it upsets you as a person, this makes them happy. May sound weird, may sound strange, but this is how these people live. They are parasites, and they will cling on to you and do as much damage to you as they can do. They are awful people living in a world which is hard enough to get by in this world anyway. But then when you've got people that deliberately do something to make your life either worse or unhappy, these people thrive off it and enjoy doing it. They are sick people who get off on anything that makes you feel either uncomfortable or anything in your life that they can disrupt. That makes them feel better inside. Weird, but that's how these people operate. Sick operators that make out at the beginning of a relationship and a marriage with you that they match everything that you like, and when the push comes to the shove at the end of the marriage or relationship, you are at one end of the scale and they are at the other end of the scale. They just lie through the teeth all the way through the marriage just to make it look as though you two are a good match together. You're nowhere near a good match. You are a decent person. They are an evil person. There's a big gap in between, and they're not bothered what they do to you, how it makes you feel, as long as they get their supply and that makes them happy. They are absolutely horrendous people to live with, and all what you'll expect is verbal abuse, the silent treatment, toxic comments, gaslighting, stonewalling, everything that's in their playbook. At some time in your marriage, their playbook will open up and you will get everything chucked at you. And all what it does is it disrupts your life. It makes you uncomfortable. Some days you don't really know what day it is, not properly. And this is all because they're getting into your mind, they're getting into your thought process, and you start to second guess yourself. You start to think, is it me? But this is what the sick people do, the narcissistic sick people. They will do that to you and make you second guess yourself, make you think it possibly could be you, when all along it's the narcissist. They are absolutely dreadful people, and the best thing that you can do is try and get away from a narcissistic person as quick as you can. When you found out they definitely are narcissistic and it's a narcissistic person, you need to get away. The longer you stay, the worse it will become. I can assure you of that. I've just been through it. These people have one thing in their mind, and that's total destruction. And if that means that they will take you down, that's what these people will do. This is the person that's supposed to have married, that was married to you, took the marriage vows, but this person wouldn't think twice if anything happened to you. They wouldn't care, I can tell you now. That's how evil these people are. They're not bothered about you. They don't like you. They don't love you. They're in it for one reason only, and that's to get their supply and be as abusive as they can, be as cocky as they can, be as arrogant as they can, gaslight you as much as they can, stonewall you as much as they can, and while ever they're doing everything in their playbook, they get supply from it and makes them feel better. How about that for a great human being? Somebody that make somebody else's life awful and they get off on it. What a sick person that is, or a mentally disturbed person that is, because that is truly a beautiful word to use for a narcissistic person, mentally disturbed, because that's what it is. Anybody that can get off on your downfalls or your something that goes wrong in your life and they can get supply off that is a seriously infected, bad, mentally challenged person that has to go down to that level to get their supply. If you are with one of these people, you definitely need to get out as quick as you can. Try and get some help, try and get a bit of support. You need to get away from these people. I stayed too long, and I can tell you now from my experience, it mentally challenged me, and I think it affected me. Hopefully now I'm starting to get back to something like normal. I'm not perfect, but I'm getting there. These people will mentally challenge you, and it can impact your health and your life. This is how serious these relationships are. They are absolutely deadly. These people are parasites that work their way into your life, into a decent person's life, pretend that they're the same as you, and then all what they want to do is transfer all their toxic poison into you and try and make you something like they are. They are shallow. They have got no confidence. Everything is just one big act on a stage, and they are absolutely horrendous people to live with. They just look at you as though you're something on the end of their shoe, when in fact they can never be the person that you are, because you are a lot better than what they will ever be. But that's a narcissist, and that's how they operate. They are awful to live with. They are horrendous. They are nasty. They can be aggressive. Everything that you don't want in your life, a narcissist, they will give you that, don't you worry. My narcissist was good at, she was great at the verbals, loads of verbal abuse, toxic abuse, the silent treatment, the waiting games, the gaslighting, everything that is in their playbook, my narcissist did to me. But fortunately for me, I had myself and my boxer dog, Bonnie, who's 3 years old. We managed to get out safe, but it's not easy. You've just got, but all I'm saying to people, if you are in this position, you seriously do need to get out. I didn't have anybody telling me that. I had to learn all this. I had to do research. I had to ask people. I was totally lost in that relationship. There was a stage in that relationship. Some days I didn't know what day it was. Some days I was thinking it was all my fault. These are all the things that the narcissistic poison is pumped into you. And that's how they want you to feel. They want you to feel as though everything's your fault. You second guess yourself. And it's absolutely horrific, the amount of toxic abuse that you have to suffer. It affects your energy levels, and that's purely and simply because you've got things on your mind that you shouldn't have on your mind, but it's the narcissist that puts these things there. They make you second guess yourself, and it's absolutely horrendous to be in, to be around, and be included in it. You didn't ask for this. You was hoping that you was going to get an happy marriage, and just at the latter stages of your life, you could have some enjoyment. You got a lovely dog, and all what you met with is you met with this person that can give you a smirk, which is evil. That's to say the least. And all the toxic rubbish that comes out of the mouth that they transfer onto you. It's absolutely horrific to live in. It's the worst experience of my life. And that's why I keep saying, if you've got the target on your back and you know that you are living with a narcissistic person, mine was a covert narcissist, on an high level, which I later found out was a malignant narcissist. And the best thing I ever did was walk away with my boxer dog. It took some courage, it took some effort, and it took some guts. But I managed it in the end. If you do get stuck, ask somebody for a bit of help that you can trust. Do your best, but get away from these people. Because once you've got that target on your back, it will never be removed. And all what will happen is everything that they chuck at you will just become worse and worse and worse. So get a bit of help, get out and get away from these mentally challenged, disgusting, toxic people. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Bye.